Hello, my name is Rick Hunley. I'm the head instructor of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at Muay Thai Academy Linz. I'm the owner and head instructor of Hunley Jiu-Jitsu, and we are affiliated underneath Roger Gracie, underneath Orlando Neto of Roger Gracie Vienna. You can also look up Roger Gracie Hunley. I'm from United States of America. I'm from Florida, and I was born in Tampa, Florida. Well, I was working security, and a woman came in one day from Austria. We met. We started hitting it off pretty well, and to make a long story short, I came to Austria for love. And now I'm living not too far outside of Linz. When I was 8 years old, I started wrestling. I've wrestled mainly all the way through school. And then after school, I really had an emptiness inside. And I had to fill it. When a friend met me actually at the beach, and I haven't seen him for a long time. And he said, "Man, Rick, you still wrestling?" I was like, "Nah, I was only wrestling while I was in school." And he said, "Man, I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You gotta come check it out. This is amazing. It's kind of like wrestling." And I had no idea what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was at that time. And yeah, man, I went to go see it because I was game. I wanted to do this. He said grappling. I was there. I was there the next week. And man, my first class, this guy submitted me over and over. I did really good against the lower ranks because of my wrestling. I could control some people and hold them. Man, they were submitting me left and right, and I learned right then. I was like, I have to do this. This is the next step of my martial arts journey, and I've been doing it ever since. It took me 13 years to get my black belt. I've been doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu now for over 15 years. And honestly, I can tell you that a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is probably one of the most important things to me. I've done other martial arts, and I've played around with them, and they weren't real. Someone telling you, hey, they got to do this. Hey, you got to swing your hand, and all of this stuff was in a fairy tale to me. I didn't believe it. I'm from the South. I've been in quite a few fights, and I didn't see that being real effective. But because of wrestling, I could take someone down, and I knew how to finish them because of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It completed my training, my personal training. I mean, I'm still on a journey, and it'll never stop. But it really helped my ground game. I did start doing some stand-up and American kickboxing, Muay Thai. I've tried Hapkido, Aikido, Ahi Jiu-Jitsu. I've tried all these things, but I really love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing. When I came here, originally I was teaching at a gym, and all these people that were, MMA fighters, I was sparring against them in MMA, and I was just beating most of the people I go up against, almost all of them. And I realized that no one here has a very strong ground game. And I've seen in the majority of this land, that's the biggest weakness y'all have, is your ground game. So I wanted to focus on that. I stopped teaching martial arts. I stopped teaching MMA. And just started solely focusing on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to help the people here, because there's only 5 black belts in the whole country. There's 5 black belts in Austria. I'm one of them. And I think I'm the only one that stays in Upper Austria. I'm not sure about that. There might be another one, but I don't know if he stays here. I'm always here, and my classes are always on time and scheduled as show up. You're training with a black belt. You're not training with a brown belt. You're not training with a purple belt who owns the gym. You're not training with a blue belt that, is saying great advertising, but they just started their journey. They just started. They shouldn't be the teacher. My vision for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Austria is to have so many students. And when I say this, it's not for me. I want other people to embrace a lifestyle that I've done now for most of my life. If you think of grappling, I've been doing it since I was 8 years old. I'm 33 now. More than half my life I've been grappling. It's a passion, it's a lifestyle, it's something you can do until you're dead. You know, I start students here when they're 13 years old. If you like it, you can train. You know, it takes time to get good. It really does. But it's something no one can take from you once you learn it. You can do this, like I said, all the way till you're dead, because if you think you're too old, anytime anything hurts, anytime someone puts you in a bad position and you don't want to do it no more, all you have to do is tap. They let go. They let go. But you learn that was a bad spot to be in. So you really can do this most of your life. I just read the other day that there was a 58-year-old man that just earned his blue belt. 58-year-old man just earned his blue belt. That's hard, you know, but he didn't quit. What are the excuses people give you? They're out of shape. Man, how do you get in shape if you don't want to try to get in shape? That's what we're doing. You know, I was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes, kickboxing, and MMA back home in Florida. But what I really liked doing was learning. You know, I had an instructor that taught me, and I really hope that I embrace that and I help my people here. I want people to leave knowing that they have someone on their side always. I want to help you. You know, I'm not here to help me. There are very few people that can help me in this land. I'm here for you. I want people to enjoy it, embrace it, and love it. To go back a few steps, so I was talking about what all I did while I was in Florida. We also did a lot of these close quarter combat scenarios for the police. There was a military base close by where I stayed, and we did a lot of these close quarter combatives. Obviously in the military they're trained to use weapons, but what if they didn't have those weapons? They need to still be skilled. They're soldiers. And I liked empowering women. You know, women should be able to walk the streets and not feel in danger or feel confident enough that if something did happen, they could control the situation. We had rape prevention, which is a lot of times women feel that they are smaller and weaker. That's the beauty of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You're using that motion and leverage, their power, their force against them. And that's what I like. If you notice, when you look at the photos of my team, when you look at the people that I've trained with, the things that I've accomplished, I'm normally one of the smallest guys in the photo. But that means my technique has to be that good to be able to beat everyone else. And I want people to walk around as confident as I am. That's a goal. I would love to see that here. To speak a little bit about my lineage, my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu lineage, I am directly underneath David Hurley. He's a second-degree black belt underneath Carlos Machado. It's that short. I'm not far from the tree, you know, one step, and it's me. I'm not coming from some people that trickled down. The Machado family, which is the cousins of the Gracie family. I've trained multiple times with Carlos Machado. I've had, I think, 2 seminars with Higan Machado. Most of my lineage is directly underneath Carlos. He's phenomenal. His details, his understanding of the game is ridiculous. I recently got affiliated with Roger Gracie. I'm very excited about that. Again, I told you I always want to learn. I always want to learn, and that's why I was very happy when I heard there's Roger Gracie in Austria. And I'm excited because this is a guy that, again, I think the little details that these people, the family that started it, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the Gracies, you know, the Machados, these are the people you want to be under because they know the history, they know the understanding of what you're doing. They have an in-depth that you can't conceive because you just haven't been there. They've been doing it so long. They've been put in every position. They've tried new things from different locations. It's amazing to be able to say you're under someone that is that developed in this game that we're playing. Roger Gracie is technically he's a living legend right now in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He is now focusing, I believe, in MMA, and he's been doing rather well from what I know. I did professional fighting in America for a few years. I have a few fights, not a whole lot. Everyone underestimated me because they see that I am a higher ranking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, and no one expects me to stand up, but very few people, once we started fighting, wanted to stand up with me. I think for my weight division, I hit pretty hard. I come out pretty aggressive, and I like to make people make mistakes. When they make those mistakes, I jump on them. We're in the ground. That's my world. That's when I'm happiest. You know, that's where the finish comes. So because I was a pro fighter, I did a lot of no-gi, but I also have been doing gi my whole career. But once I started actually doing stand-up, I wanted to focus a little bit on the no-gi, but I never stopped my gi training. I think that's very important. Everyone needs to know that the gi really helps your understanding fundamentals of motion and body leverage. Once I started doing more of the no-gi back to my wrestling, it changed the way I grappled because I wanted to stay on top. I wanted to be able to control and protect myself from damage. I don't want people on top of me being able to rain down elbows, being able to crush me and take my strength away or my air so that I'm tired and it's easier for them to attack me. And a lot of times in my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes, you will see the influence of my MMA, my wrestling, the takedowns, the control on top, and not letting people get certain positions on you because there are certain positions you don't want to be in. I don't care if it's grappling or MMA, but I really teach escapes from the most dangerous positions you can be in, how to protect yourself from taking damage, and how to reverse that so that you're in a better position so you can inflict that damage. That's what martial arts is about, and that's how MMA really influences my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I see a return to MMA happening soon. I have a 1-year-old at my house right now. I just got a new house I've been building, and you know those things take a lot of my focus. I need to gather that time and focus on myself to really focus on the MMA because I think, yeah, I could go out and do good now, but that's not who I am. I want to prepare the best I can. I know what shape I should be in, and I don't think the people going into fights here are in the shape they should be for the level that they say they are. You have to be an elite, to be in a professional league, you need to train like a professional. And I will focus on getting that done. And yeah, I see a journey happening here soon. I would like to fight at 145 pounds. When it comes to kilos, I think, I'd 70, 66, taking a run for it. We'll see. I would love to invite everybody to do these classes. No one specific. I would like everyone to try it. How can you feel like you're you're comfortable if you've never been put in these positions. But those in particular that need to feel comfortable in these positions, more so than the average person, are the military, are the police. I would love to have you see the quality of my training and how I can help you. I respect all military, what y'all do for us, all police, and if I can help you do your job effectively, it'd be my pleasure. I'd like to help women, if you have ever been in a bad situation, if something bad has happened, we can't change that, but we can stop it from ever happening again. And if you never want it to happen, start showing up today, because we can keep that from happening. Like I said, I did rape prevention. A lot of times when you're in those bad positions, it's when someone's trying to throw you on the ground and they're trying to get between your legs, honestly. And that's exactly what guard is. We teach you arm bars, chokes, triangle chokes, which is with your legs. And it's very hard to rape anyone who has a strong guard and knows what they have to do to get out of these situations. You can put them to sleep, run away. You can break their arm, run away. I would like to say thank you for allowing me to be at this podcast. Clemens is a great human being. I love being around him. He's a good person, very positive. Go check out this podcast, and come check out Muay Thai Academy Linz. If you don't like grappling, if you don't like that, come check out the kickboxing. If you want to try everything, I highly recommend you come check out Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu underneath a black belt, who's going to show you the best training you can get around here.